Hi, and welcome back to Spooky Spotlight, the show where I shine a light on horror films that you may or may not have heard of. On today's episode, we will be discussing the most underrated sci-fi thriller that has come out in the last 35 years. The film is Fire in the Sky, a 1993 film directed by Robert Lieberman, based on true events and a book. Fire in the Sky is about a group of loggers who work in the Arizona mountains. On their way home one night, they experience a strange light that ends up allegedly abducting one of them. They tell the police what happens, which leads to them being suspects in his disappearance and potential murder. Now, right off the bat, one of the things that makes this film stand out is that it is an alien abduction story. However, the alien aspect really is only a small part of the film. The film focuses more on the character's actions and emotional response to the disappearance. Now, this film starts after the initial alleged abduction. So, the order of events that I'm about to tell you is from the logger's perspective, which they tell the police while being interrogated. So, us as the audience don't know if they are making this up and they did murder Travis Walton, or if this really happened. The loggers say that they saw a beam of light on the way home and they decided to go investigate. Travis Walton, played by D.B. Sweeney, gets out of the truck to get a closer look, despite the other loggers telling him not to. The beam of light suddenly sends Travis into the air, which then he hits the ground, knocking him out. So Mike Rogers, played by Robert Patrick, is Travis's brother-in-law, and he is driving the truck. Mike makes the very difficult decision to leave Travis behind in order to get the other men out of there. I understand in a moment of panic when everyone is yelling at you to get out of there, to leave and to escape. But Mike Rogers truly doesn't know how much that decision will come to haunt him. His character development through the film and just the guilt eating away at him and people throwing it in his face that he left Travis behind, it really just eats and eats away at the character. An out-of-town investigator who had actually never left a case unsolved decides to come to town and interrogate them, give them a lie detector test, search the woods. He's doing anything he can because he truly believes that these men are involved with the disappearance of Travis Walton. For the next 5 days that Travis is missing, they really see everyone in the town's true colors. Mike Rogers' wife instantly does not believe him, so they end up getting a divorce. On top of that, it is astonishing how quickly the town gets the mob mentality and really goes after these guys. In the middle of the night, after 5 days, Mike gets a call, and it turns out to be Travis. Travis's wife, Mike, and Travis's brother all pile into the car and go find him at a payphone, alone, naked. He's got wounds on his face, and he clearly is extremely traumatized. Travis was actually really mad that he got left behind. Travis starts experiencing flashbacks. Now, this is where the alien aspect of the film finally comes into play. Up until now, we have no idea what Travis went through, but now, with these flashbacks, we get to see his full experience. And I just say that the practical effects in this film are they're just out of this world, pun intended. From the goo and from the little pod he's initially in to the part when he puts his hand into the decomposing dead body, to the table they stuck him to with that weird alien garment and the needle going into his eye. Oh my gosh, I felt like I was there. I felt like this felt extremely real. After we experience what Travis went through, then there is a time skip to a couple years later, where we see that Mike Rogers could not handle the shame. Him and his wife got a divorce, and he moved into the middle of the woods alone, secluded. Now, I think this is a beautiful way to end a sci-fi thriller, especially with aliens. Usually, it's left with just the end. This is the carnage. This is what happens. But here we get closure. Travis finally decides to go talk to Mike after all this time. And in order to do that, he takes Mike to the location of where he was abducted and it says like, I forgive you, I forgive myself, it's okay. And my favorite line of the film is when Travis,
Oh, they won't be back. I don't think they like me.
it is just such a fun spin on an alien story. You know, usually we focus on the aliens and the terrifying, you know, take over the world or abduction, but I love that it just felt so real, just like a blip in time. On top of that, I watched this film when I lived in Arizona. I was born in Detroit, however, I was raised in Arizona. So it felt very close to home. I honestly don't know how more people aren't talking about this film. It is definitely in my top like all-time favorite movies. So there you go, another episode. Let me know what you guys think of this film, if you end up watching it, how you feel about the different like true crime spin on it, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.